Themoshowchicago. And we are BACKAGAIN on another fantastic sucker-free Sunday. Woo! Bears won today, you all. Bears won today. Even though they didn't make the playoffs. However, they did end their losing streak. 10-game losing streak. That is insane. And who did they do it against? One of their favorite divisional rivals, Green Bay Packers. Bears pulled that off. I thought that they were finished. When they had the fumble, and then Green Bay scored, and it was up 1 point. They were up 1 point. And then the Bears came back and got that field goal with 2 seconds left on the CLOCK. Bang! Booyos for the Bears. That's right. Booyos, not booyahs. Booyos. Yeah! Happy Sunday evening, that is. And if you're not having a fantastic Sunday, shame on you, because you should be having one. And if you're not having one, maybe you should see why you're not having it. Maybe you should change your attitude. Maybe you should look in the mirror and tell yourself some positive things. Yeah. Maybe you should stop being around depressing people and negative energy that push you or makes you, feel like you're feeling. It's a brand new year, you all, 2025, and it's going DOWN. Make sure that this is your year. This is your year, like it's my year. Yeah, I'm claiming this year. So make sure while you're claiming it that you put in the work, because I plan to put in some serious work this year, because I need to do what? PAID. Like everybody else in America, I'm just saying. And it's getting cold outside. That snowstorm that they've been talking about coming to the Midwest, has anybody seen Kansas City? Has anybody looked at I-35? I'm just saying. I know about I-35 because I go down to Texas and all of that stuff. New Mexico. Yeah, Kansas. Yeah, you can take it all the way down. Hey, who's out there? Isaiah. What it is, Isaiah? I want to thank you for tuning in, because you, my friend, could have been somewhere else doing something else. I'm just saying, But you decided to stop by to see what we had to say here on Themoshowchicago. Who else we got there? Can I talk? Yeah, what you got to say, man? Who else out there? Hi, my name is Mason. I'll subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. And for those of you who are in the chat room and you haven't subscribed yet, by all means subscribe. Even if you're viewing and you're not in the chat, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell and the word all to help ensure that you do what? Get notifications when I upload videos on YOUTUBE. I'm just saying. Having a fantastic Sunday night, you all. But before we get started, I want to talk about Don King. Don King is over 90 years old right now. And he's been sued for $3 billion because he backed out of a deal with BYD Sports. They were supposed to have been having some type of Rumble in the Jungle anniversary, 50th anniversary. Yeah, 50 years, because the original Rumble in the Jungle took place in 1974 in December in the Congo. 50 years later, the fight never happened, and BYD, who is represented by, not lawyer, but who's at the helm of BYD, Cecil Miller, is suing Don King. Not only did Cecil Miller bring in bankers from the U.S. and Africa, he also got all of the professional athletes that was to appear in the event. And he got artists such as John Lennon, Alicia Keys, and other people to play their role musically, and some more people from the homeland with their bands, and so forth. Had everything set up. Don King backed out. Does that sound like Don King to you? Yeah, because he's one of those scammers. He's one of those scammers. Just ask Mike Tyson. Ask Muhammad Ali. Well, we can't ask him. He's dead right now. But just ask Mike Tyson about Don King. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Don King had even did a video with the man. Back in 2021, BYD Sports, Cecil Miller helped Don King with his production. Don King Productions down in Florida. And they also invested in a fighter, Big Zoe Butler. Does anybody remember him? Big Zoe Butler had fought Spencer in 2021. But guess what? Neither one of those boxers are alive right now. I'm just saying. Does that sound a little bit fishy to you? Because it does to me. Because it does to me. Both boxers dead? They had to be young boxers. It's only 4 years, or 3.5 years, or 3 and some change since the fight, and they're both dead? I'm just saying. Who's out there? Isaiah, yes. I don't know where Mike Tyson is. Mike Tyson right now is enjoying that bag. He's enjoying that BAG that he got when he fought Jake Paul. He ain't spent all them millions that fast, okay? Millions don't go that fast, not unless you just a bozo with your money, okay? Not unless you're just a bozo with your money, you know? But a fool and his money will what? Part. Yeah. Meaning that he or she will fail. So Mike Tyson not hurting for no money right now. He's laying up in his mansion somewhere, got his feet all rolling the doobie, trying to figure out his next podcast on YouTube. But he said he's returning to the ring. But anyway, Don King spoke about this Rumble in the Jungle Part 2. But Cecil Miller came to find out that Don King didn't even own the rights to Rumble to the Jungle. And this is the reason why many investors feel that Don King backed out of the deal, even after making a video on Instagram with Cecil Miller, and then had a cease and desist letter. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. $3 billion. Don King has always been a shiesty kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? Cecil Miller should have known that. What do you think happens when you get into the ring with a snake? So much for the Rumble in the Jungle Part 2 on the 50th anniversary. And it seems to me, seeing that Don King is very wealthy, don't you think Don King is a billionaire by now? Maybe Umar Johnson was right about how they're coming after these black billionaires. This article was even in Fortune. Anybody read Fortune out there? Yeah, Fortune magazine. I do. So should you. You will find some very interesting topics, you know, in those magazines. Who is that? What is that thing behind you? What thing behind me? This here? Tapestry? Tapestry. That's what some people call it. Yeah, but MOPOWERZ is IT. Powers be in me. I'm just saying. Yeah. So what do you all think? Do you think Don King really scammed this man? Do you think Don King intended to do what he did? Like I said, the man is over 90 years old. And when they made this deal and when they started talking about it, Don King was 90 at the time. You know, after Don King's wife died, you know, he got all religious, you know what I'm saying? Stacks and stacks of money. Could you imagine the insurance policy he probably had on his wife? I'm not saying he killed her. I'm not saying that at all. Like the big board behind you. Yeah, that's not a board. It's not a board. That's Themoshowchicago. What board? It's not a board. No. With the yin yang sign. Good and evil. Positive and negative. Laws of the universe. On that frequency. In this kingdom. Yeah, because my kingdom is my castle. And my castle is my home. I'm just saying. Isaiah, no. Like the board behind you. What board, man? I'm not sitting on no board. Oh, maybe that, I don't know. Oh, that's my look. I got a little cushy right there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just a little cushy, man. Just a little cushy, you know what I'm saying? Do I sing? No, I don't sing. If I did, I'd probably have some money. I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, Don King. Yeah, do you think he really intended to do that? Do you think he intended to shyster the man out of the money? And why didn't he tell the man that he did not own the rights to Rumble of the Jungle? I'm just saying. Do you have a microphone? Yeah, there's a mic in front of me. Yeah, what about it? Yeah, got the mic last week, you know what I'm saying? I was in my guy's Jay's lab and he had a mic. And it's been a while since I got on the mic, but I did do a video in this lab on the mic. And you can check that out on Themoshowchicago Classics. All one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE. I'm just saying, huh? Why do you have a microphone set in front of you? Okay. Well, I'll let you think about that question that you just asked me, okay? You asked me, why do I have a microphone? Why do people have microphones in front of them? I'm just saying. Next up on the list before we get to the Chicago news, because we're going to get to Chicago. You have the suicide bomber that was in the Cybertruck in Las Vegas. I initially, you know, did a little small line of a story in one of my lives about this story, but comes to find out that the person who committed suicide in that Cybertruck attack or bombing, because it wasn't an attack, it was just a bombing. And the guy that did that, he was a military veteran, Sergeant Major, U.S. Army. Sergeant Major Matthew Libels Berger. Crazy. I just don't understand that. But I do understand a lot of things that happen to veterans. Now, he did say that he did that in a memo. I mean, the police investigated everything and found where he has written memos on why he's doing what he's doing with the suicide. Do you know how long it takes to get to be a sergeant major in the U.S. Army? I do. That's like being a colonel or a general. In fact about it, a sergeant major is the general of enlistee soldiers. Officers is a different thing, okay? But sergeant major is the general of enlistee soldiers, meaning E1 through E9, and he, E9, Sergeant Major, killed himself inside of the Cybertruck right in front of Trump's famous hotel in Las Vegas. He said that he did it right in front of the presidential-elect hotel as a sign for America to wake up. He said that We have to get rid of all of the Democrats. That's what he said in his memo, okay? That's not Mo. That's what's in the reports. And he said that the U.S. is doomed. Yeah, a cesspool of doomness. Not his exact words, but we are doomed. We are filled with an illness. He says that this country is sick. I'm just saying. What do you all think about that? Do you think he was right about that? Do you think that the U.S. is sick? I would probably have to agree with the man. I'm just saying. Yeah. Come to find out that the man had rented the Cybertruck in Denver because he was stationed in Colorado Springs at Fort Carson. Anybody been to Denver, Colorado? I have a number of times. Make sure you go down there on Colfax Street. Denver, Colorado. Boulder, you know what I'm saying? Colorado Springs, Garden of the Gods. Enjoy the Rocky Mountains. I'm just saying. What you got out there? Do you have PS Live? What's your name? My name is M.O. Mo Powers. M.O. Yeah, Mo. That's my name, Isaiah. And I want to thank you for asking that. And I was glad to give you a response so that maybe one day possibly you can be in the chat again. That's entirely up to you. But I appreciate you being here. Now, on December 28th, while he rented this Cybertruck in Denver, Colorado, he was on leave in the military. He was still in the military, part of the Special Forces unit. Yeah. Special Forces Unit 10. Green Beret. He said that Americans should block the streets with semi-trucks that is going towards federal buildings. He said that. His wife had kicked him out the house, you know, because she said that he was possibly cheating on her and whatnot. But he was talking to his ex a lot. And some information we received, well, the papers received it from, and the police received it from his ex. Not his current girlfriend or wife or maid. That information, a lot of it which we got, came from his ex because she was telling us about the incident and how he has PTSD. Yeah, back in 2019 over there in Afghanistan, he incurred a brain injury and has left him all, wired weird. And that's okay. And not to mention the fact that he also said that he did it because he lost a lot of brothers, meaning Special Forces comrades. And he says that he has killed hundreds of people, which actually sickened him. But that was the part of his job. I'm just saying. So no particular reason, like he was crazy. Do you think he was crazy? Would you blow yourself up in a Cybertruck because you wanted America to wake up? He said that it wasn't an act of terrorism. These are his own words from what the police have found as evidence as to why he did it. When I first did the story, hell, I didn't know all of this information. But now I'm giving it to you again with the more information, the updated version. I'm just saying, that is crazy. And a lot of soldiers who was in war, because he was in Afghanistan, and he planned a lot of hits, meaning attacks on the Taliban and their drug labs. Crazy. I think it was heroin labs, because Afghanistan has a lot of heroin. Am I correct? I would be correct, right? An Islamic country. Yeah. Nizram. Nizram, Afghanistan. Do you know Messi or Ronaldo? Who are they? Who are they? I don't know. Where are they from? You know, I'm just saying. You got to give me some more information than that. Yeah, you got to give me some more information than that. But would you have done that? Would you have done what Matthew Leibel's Burger had done to wake America up? Or would you have just gotten on YouTube and did the podcast or created some content? Or would you have protested at the White House? I mean, you have militias who actually agree with him in regards to what military and the veterans do. He said that military members and veterans should march on Washington, D.C. That's what he said. What do you all think about that? Would that have been like another January 6th event? Storming the White House again? Storming the Capitol? I'm just saying. Not the White House, but the Capitol. Not the White House now. No, people would have been DEAD. The CIA would like lined everybody up like ducks. My brother said hi. Hi to you too, brother. That's what's up. Tell your brother I want to say thanks for tuning in as well. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, man. Crazy world out here. How would you get your message across for America to wake up? Would you bomb it? Would you stage protests? Would you storm the Capitol with military vets and military members that are actually active and on reserve? Jeez. I don't think that would have ended well for people who probably would have participated in something like that. I don't think that Biden would have stood for that. I mean, he's on his way out the door and everything. But is that more of a party type of thing? Why is it that it just have to be Democrats? Matthew, I wish I could have asked him that. Matthew Leibel's Burger, I wish I could have asked him why should they get the Democrats out completely. He said no Democrats should be there at all. Cleaning house, all Republicans. And he liked Donald Trump. And he likes Donald Trump. And Trump is mad because they're going to fly the flag half-staff for Jimmy Carter on his inauguration. That's crazy too, but you like Trump. I don't get it, do you? Was it because he was Democrat? Jimmy Carter? Was it because Trump didn't agree with his policies? That he really didn't have too much positive to say about him, but did say that he respected that he was a president of this country way before he was. I'm just saying. What do you think? I would have blew myself up. I wouldn't have did that. I had to go back there because I didn't leave there. I just had to iterate that little bit on Donald Trump, okay? Seeing that I had to mention his name and seeing that this incident occurred right in front of his famous international hotel in Las Vegas. I'm just What you got there? Do you have any friends? All on one hand? Yeah, I got friends. It is my hopes you have some too. Because everybody needs somebody here in this world. You have to. If you don't have somebody in your corner, it's going to be a lonely, hard life for you. My dad always told me that you can't live in this world by yourself. That's the words and wisdom of my dad who passed away a couple of years ago, 100. Ask anybody. In fact about it, if nobody had friends or if nobody relied on someone else in the world, imagine where the world would be at right now. Where would we be at? Think about that. If you don't need nobody, you can't exchange food services. You can't exchange hygiene services. Even if you go buy products. You know, Walmart need you and you need Walmart. Kohl's need you and you need Kohl's, okay? Macy's need you, you need Macy's, okay? Foot Locker needs you, you need Foot Locker. I'm just saying, right? Can't live in the world by yourself. Gotta have some friends, gotta have some connections. And you have to interact with people. Especially, you know, for self-survival needs. I'm just saying. Just think we didn't have no candles. Just think we didn't have no matches. Just think we didn't have any lights. I'm just saying. And speaking of lights, the city of Chicago, lights are dimmed with death. Yeah, we finally here right now, you all. The city of Chicago, lights are dimmed with death. Every time you turn on WGN News, every time you read the Chicago Sun-Times newspaper, you read the Chicago Tribune paper, you turn on ABC, NBC, CBS, it's all bad news. Somebody getting their electricity cut off. Yeah. Woman found shot to death over here on the 1500 block of Warren on the west side. Right off Ashland and Warren, which is right by the United Center. Yeah. Women are becoming endangered species. According to the reports, a 42-year-old man who was residing at 1500 West Warren or was at 1500 West Warren. They said that he was there, okay? And he shot and killed this woman, 33 years old, and then took off. But they apprehended him on the 2400 block of Belmont. And if you know where the 2400 block of Belmont is here in Chicago, you will know that that is on Belmont and Western. That's right over there by the police station. The police station is right on Belmont and Western. He wasn't going to turn himself in. I'm just saying. Is that ironic? Is that karma? Even though some people say karma doesn't exist. Was that karma? Or was he just stupid for going that way in the first place? If you're trying to get away from a murder, don't go past the police station. But they say when they found the 33-year-old lady, they did not disclose her name nor his. That's why I didn't give it to you, okay? But they did not disclose it. Area 3 police are continuously investigating to find out what happened. Once again, it's New Year. We don't know if they were having a relationship, they broke up, somebody didn't want to be bothered with nobody no more. But they did say with the shooting of being shot to death, she had an injury to her head. I don't know if she fell and hit her head, or did he hit her in the head after he shot and killed her, or did he hit her in the head first, then shot and killed her? It doesn't say all of that in the report. It is still under investigation. The city of Chicago lights are dimmed with death. Broad daylight here, 5200 block, West Washington Street, West Side Chicago. So that's really like right off Washington and Laramie. I would say at Lockwood, somewhere like in that area, because 5500 is central. Okay, so give or take right there. Broad daylight, a man 30 years old sitting in his car. They say that another man got out of a car and just opened fire, shooting him multiple times in his head, his chest, his torso. Was that a hit? Was he deemed to be dead by something that he did? But here in Chicago, you don't have to do anything just to be unalive. People do it for sport and play around here. They do it for sport and play. Like they have nothing else to do except go outside and kill somebody. How many times have you heard about people just sitting in their cars in the city of Chicago and getting their electricity cut off? Some people are homeless sleeping in their cars. They don't have any enemies. The only enemies that they have is the economy, not being able to afford to have a place to stay. So they live in their cars. And what does someone do? Someone who is tired of living, has nothing to do, or want to get their rocks off, go shoot and kill somebody that's just sitting in their car. Now, do I know exactly what happened in this story? No. And you don't either. It's still under investigation. And no, they did not reveal the names of the individual that was involved, the victim, because they still have no one apprehended for the crime that was committed. Broad daylight, 11:45 a.m. yesterday morning. Dead. The city lights in Chicago is being dimmed with death. Just ask the man who was walking down the street here on the 900 block of East 81st Street. Somebody just rolled up, shot him up to death, left him there, died on the scene. There's nowhere safe here in Chicago, and nowhere safe in America, obviously. Not even at your famous resorts like Vegas or your fun spot like New Orleans. Nowhere is safe here in the U.S., especially Chicago. What do you got here? My phone is at 1. You have any friends? I'm 7. My phone is at 1. Oh, what do you mean? You got 1 bar? Hey, if that's the case, make sure you charge your phone. Seeing that you said that, I'm going to get back on topic in a minute, but seeing that Isaiah said that he has 1 on his phone, I guess he's saying that he only got 1 bar. But do you know that when you get to 1 bar on your cell phone, more radiation is exerted from your phone? You get more radiation from a cell phone that is going dead versus a cell phone that has a full battery. I'm just saying. Okay, so keep that under your hat. I only have 1 charger, but it's broken. Hey, they got a lot of techniques that you can recharge your cell phone with water. Just go on YouTube. I'm just saying, that's 100, man. Go on YouTube and you'll find that there, how you can recharge your cell phone with water without an electrical charge. Blew my mind. Maybe I have to do a video of that on one day, okay? I will have to do that. But needless to say, back in Chicago here, besides all of this winter storm that we're about to catch in this cold weather, being in the Windy City, we have to worry about death. The cold does not stop people here in Chicago from killing another person. That is sad. You think that people will be inside when it's warm and whatnot, you know, trying to get away from the cold. But some people don't have no place to go. Some people don't have no place to go because according to the reports, there has been an increase in homelessness. The state of Illinois is up 116% with homeless people from last year. I'm just saying. Now, 43% of that 116%, or even more of that, but I know it's 43% or higher, that is here in the city of Chicago. We have more homeless people here than in any other part of the state. They say that it's because of the immigrants that had either traveled here on their own or those that were bused or flown here, you know, doing their immigrant escapade, okay? Yeah, the Joe Biden administration. 100, and that's not funny because it's got a lot of people homeless. When you can't afford the rent, or if you are an illegal immigrant, you know, like many of these people are, we already had our residents here that was homeless. Could you imagine more homeless people? How many immigrants did they let here in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois? How many immigrants are here? We're not talking about the ones that, came on their own or snuck here on their own. We're talking about those that was bussed in and flown in and still gave everything that the city residents like myself couldn't give. They didn't have to pay for housing. I got to pay for housing. They got all type of money on card, food stamps, all of that. The whole works. And I get nothing. And I get nothing. Just like other millions of the residents here in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. I'm just saying. Crazy. On any given night, they say that you can find over 6,000 more homeless people today than you did a year ago. Damn. Now what really took me for a loop was when they stated the homelessness that's taking place in Washington, D.C. They say it's just as bad. But overall, with the country, they say that homelessness has increased 18%. Damn. It don't look like a lot or sound like a lot, but it is a lot. Just think, like I said, over 43% more homeless people here in the city of Chicago. Could you imagine in every state? Could you imagine what it's like in Texas, what it's like in LA, what it's like in Florida, what it's like in New York, what it's like in Detroit, Colorado, where a highly concentrated influx of immigrants was placed at. And the residents that are of the country that are homeless as well. Could you imagine the crime that's going to take place? Because when people are poor and people get hungry, they commit crimes. And you just may be the victim of their hunger. So you got to be careful out here in these streets. Yeah, they're not playing out here. I'm not going to keep y'all long. I know I'm not going to keep you all long because I got some other things to do. Okay? And if you like, to go out to some nice restaurants like down at the Willis Tower here in Chicago, the Sweet Garden, yeah. Expect to have robots preparing your meal. Because that's what's going on right now at the Willis Tower at the Sweet Garden restaurant. According to the chief, operations, Nicholas Jammett, yeah, what they call him, Chief something. He's one of the big wigs that make call shots for the place. He says that it actually saves them money and the meals are precise, which makes it more better for vendors, and it gives them a more of an opportunity to know what to expect in the future. Are you saying that human beings are not perfect? No, we're not perfect. We may leave a tomato out. Okay? We may leave one piece of cucumber out. Whereas the robots are going to put it all in. You know what I'm saying? However, the robot don't squeeze lemons. To place on your salad. Human beings are doing that. And you can still go in the restaurant and have what you want and walk through it as a human being is serving you versus the robot. The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? And this is happening almost over a dozen different locations that Sweet Garden has established, Now those other states, I don't know where they all at, okay? But I know about the one here in Chicago at the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower, okay? Many Chicagoans still call it the Sears Tower, okay? That's the name they grew up with all their life. We know it's the Willis Tower. Just like the Grand Park situation. I still call it Grand Park because I know what it was called before. A certain section of the park was called Millennial Park. It was never a millennium anything. It was always Grand Park. It was always beautiful. And they have made that spot very grand tourist. So if you never visited Chicago and you want to check out Millennium Park, come here. We welcome you even in the COLD, the big windy city. But you got to be careful. I just told you what's going on. Lots of robbery, lots of murder, lots of carjacking, lots of stabbings. Hey, choose where you want to be at, man. But if you come, make sure you stay downtown somewhere. Other than that, even downtown is not safe. But I'd rather stay downtown than stay somewhere else. Leave your comments in the comment section, y'all. We got to go. But however, if you haven't been over to my other channels, MOPOWERZ, where we have the audiobook series, yes, go over there because tomorrow we will be starting another audiobook series, No Not From Niggas to Guys. That would jeopardize my channel. So I had to go another route, okay? So I got some new material for you all coming tomorrow on my other channel, MOPOWERZ, here on YOUTUBE. And also, my classics channel, THEMOSHOW Classics with the NAS, all one word, no space, here on YOUTUBE. So if you are into old school hip-hop, old school R&B, old school gangster rap, old school Chicago independent movies, old school Chicago street clips, old school comedy, old school spoken word, go over to that channel, THEMOSHOW Classics, all one word, no space. And you can also find some of that all the way at the bottom of this channel here, where it all started. THEMOSHOW Chicago, you all. And on your way out the door, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the word all and the notification bell to help ensure that you get notifications when I upload videos on YOUTUBE. Also press those condiments, the like and the share. Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your CONVERSATION. Thanks for viewing, you all. Peace out and never give up on your DREAMS.